So as mentioned, and I said it 100 times, from every position, every transition, every submission, and every escape, there's one of each, and an understanding of why you're doing that in this instructional. So John had a great idea, and I think I want to capitalize on it. Let's go ahead, and I want to give you some advice. I've been grappling since before I hit puberty, right? So like a long freaking time. And John is now new at grappling, right? And so just one-on-one almost, I want to give you guys some advice that I would give to anybody who's thinking about getting involved in jiu-jitsu, or maybe you're new in jiu-jitsu, or maybe you're advanced in jiu-jitsu and you're deciding to check out a fundamentals course anyway, like an introductory course. So John, why don't you give your advice first?
Yeah, so from my perspective, I have observations from the couple of months that I've been doing it, right? This is a new pursuit I've been waiting and excited to do. And we've talked about it a lot throughout the course, and it's just cool to see firsthand how it works. And honestly, it is the tie-in for like the universal learning approach.
Right.
This piece specifically is true in everything. It just beautifully presents itself here in jiu-jitsu. And that is, when you start a new pursuit, realize that you're starting a new pursuit and empty your cup or plate, as Chad mentioned earlier, right? Go in and say, hey, I am happy to learn here, and not have pride getting in the way of that, right? Please teach me. I just want to learn. Hurt me, teach me, allow me to roll with anyone so that I can learn. And doing that transforms things over time. And what's really cool is, so for myself, the encouragement I'd have for someone who's new is come in, as we've talked about, leave your ego at the door and just ask to learn. Be like, hey, I'm here to learn. Oh, thank you so much. Hey, I'm here to learn. Thank you so much. And what that creates is, for the first couple weeks, my experience at least, was I was kind of getting sniffed out, right? Like, is this what this guy really means? Like, is he really genuinely this excited to just get choked out and to learn from it?
Right.
And why is he thanking me after? But after 2 weeks of that, I started to see the light bulbs turn on, because the receptiveness of, oh man, he's consistent, and he means this, and he wants to learn, that's, I think, attractive, and people started pouring into me. And it's the adverse of what we talked about earlier. You have the choice. You can come in with an ego and they're going to crush that ego out of you, or you can come in and say thank you and be willing to learn and get this beautiful exchange of ideas and knowledge. And that's what I'd encourage anyone who comes in. The choice is yours. Pick the one that helps you learn faster.
Right, for real. That's good. That's some good advice. For me, I would say there's a couple pieces I want to break down, but one, it's very important that you're even getting started. It's very, very intimidating, in my opinion, to walk into a place like this where there's a bunch of people going around simulation like murder on one another, and they're flipping around, choking, they look miserable. You're trying to explain, you know, as the instructor to jiu-jitsu to a parent, while there's blue belts in the background murdering each other. And you're like, oh, this is completely safe, this is for everybody. What I want to say, I know it's intimidating. This is for everybody. I shouldn't say it is for everybody. Everybody has the ability to do jiu-jitsu. Absolutely everybody. And everybody, and I mean everybody in this planet, will benefit from committing themselves to a martial art like Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So one, like, congratulations if you have already made it to your first class and then showed back up. Two, if you're just thinking about getting in there, the hardest step is your first class and coming back. You can do it. Just keep showing up. And that's my second advice. It's the only way to get better at this is to continue to show up. Period. There's no secret. There's no special pill you can take. There's no special DVD that you can watch, right? The only thing to get better is to continue to show up. I've been impressed with some people I thought would not go anywhere in the sport, who are destroying at the sport. People with mental disabilities, people with physical disabilities, who are just crushing it. It's because they showed up every single day. And what I mean is not 7 days a week, but every single day that they showed up, they committed it, right? They committed to it, they got rid of that ego, they asked questions, they got beat up, they didn't take it personally, and they just grew, and they grew themselves mentally. And there's the people who made it, to black belt, 90% of the time are some of the most genuine, kindest people you will ever meet, and you would never guess that they could destroy you in a second right?
Yeah.
So, one, congratulations if you're thinking about getting involved and developing yourself as a human, right? Progressing yourself, advancing yourself. Jiu-Jitsu has no racial intentions, no discriminatory intentions. Jiu-Jitsu is all about developing you, right? We welcome everybody, right? That being said, we welcome everybody. If you happen to have an ego, we'll probably course correct that. But that being said, keep showing up. Showing up is extremely important, and just be a sponge, right? The more times you show up, the better you'll get. And if you got the itch like we do, it'll be easy to show up. So I'm really happy you guys are getting started.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congrats, yeah, for real.